Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to More or Less. Today marks our final episode of season 4. This has been my favorite season to date, and I am just so grateful for all of you tuning in weekly, to new friends and old friends, and all of our guests who make it possible. There is so much more around the corner, but to celebrate this week's finale, we are restocking our intention candles for the next few weeks. So head to moreorlesswithjess.com to get yours. We're joined by Rosa Linn today, a trilingual singer-songwriter from Armenia. Rosa represented Armenia at the Eurovision Song Contest, where her hit song Snap exploded literally worldwide. She's now opening on Ed Sheeran's stadium tour this summer and recently released a beautiful EP, Lay Your Hands Upon My Heart. Rosa has such a kind energy, and I am beyond blown away by her journey. And this is an episode where we get really real, more or less. On More or Less, we are all about feeling good and looking good. So we're excited to tell you about our sponsor, Mind Plus Beauty. Season 4 is sponsored by the unique and innovative products of Mind Plus Beauty, whose science-based unisex approach to wellness and skincare will help you do just that. These dual-action facial oils are designed to help you take care of yourself and get more of what you need: sleep, energy, calm, focus, or uplift, while also being great for your skin. For my friends that gua sha or use a jade roller, Mind Plus Beauty's simple-to-use products are the way to go. They work across most skin types to protect the skin, reduce inflammation, and provide an all-natural approach to wellness. So, whether it's a deeper, more restful night's sleep, an energy boost for busy days, a calmer state of mind, increased concentration, or a more positive mood, Mind Plus Beauty's products are designed to help you look and feel your best all day, every day. So if, like us, you like to both look good and feel good, visit mindplusbeauty.com to learn more. That's mind, P-L-U-S, beauty.com. More or Less. Welcome to More or Less, Rosa Linn.
Hello, thank you.
On our show, we allow our guests to do a self-intro. If you'd like to take it away.
Well, my name is Rosa Linn, and I am an artist.
Beautiful. And in this moment, how are you feeling, more or less?
I'm feeling great, excited, overwhelmed, a little bit tired, a little bit jet lagged, but I'm on fire.
Where'd you fly in from?
We came from Washington, D.C.
Okay. That's a quick flight, right?
Oh no, we didn't fly. We trained.
Oh, you took the Amtrak?
Yes.
Nice.
It was great.
Yeah,
I definitely prefer that.
I recommend Amtrak all the way.
Yep.
And the follow-up question we always ask is, in this moment, what is one thing you need more of and one thing you need less of? Be an emotion, a word, a feeling, a place.
I need more of a balance, harmony, less stress.
Less stress.
Yep.
So what is having you feel stressed? I feel like you have a lot going on right now.
I mean, I'm very, very happy to do this tour, and I'm very, very excited. This is the first tour I've ever done, and I'm opening for Ed Sheeran, Young the Giant. I have my headline show tomorrow in New York. That's my literally first ever tour I've ever done, and you start with opening for Ed Sheeran. It's a lot of pressure. I'm a very, very I critique myself a lot, and I want to be as professional as I can. I want to do as good of a job as I can. So it's a lot of analyzing and this was good, this was not good, and you know what I'm saying. So it's a lot of overthinking. That can stay on my way a little bit, but overall I'm super when I'm on stage I'm a completely different person. I feel like that's my place, and the set list just passes through in 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm we just started. I gotta get off stage now. You know?
You've been able to do a longer set though.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yep, we did it in Washington. It was crazy. So Ed's team told us that if you guys ready to do a 45-minute show instead of the 30-minute show for Washington, would you be able to do it? And we were not ready for that, but we said, of course. What do you mean? Always. I'll do 2 hours show. I always ready for that. So we said yes, and me and my drummer, who also MDs my show, we stayed up till 3:30 in the morning, producing 2 new songs from zero. We did a cover of "Dancing on My Own" and another song of mine that's not released. So we just stayed up all night and prepared for the show, and in like 24 hours we played it for the stadium,
Wow.
and it was great.
And I'm sure everyone loved every second of it.
I think so too. It's really impressive how welcoming and warm Ed's fans are. You know, because the idea of it's really hard for an artist um to be the opening act.
Yep.
Because it's not your show. People are not there for you. It's you gotta win them over. You gotta win as many fans as you can, make eye contact with everyone, go like hold their hand and everything, like give them their time, take all the photos that they're asking you. Um, and it's really hard, but I mean, I I really love interacting with people while I'm performing. It's like I sometimes when it's a ballad, like for example, "You'll Never Be Mine," like I just like go around the circle and just like hold their hands, and they love it
Yeah.
because even though they don't really know me, it means something for them. And I try to give as much of me as possible to them.
Yeah. You mentioned that you self-critique a lot, and I think
Hmm.
that's something that a lot of artists struggle with. For you, is it watching back performance videos? Is it reading comments? Where does that criticism internally come from?
I never read comments. Um, very very rarely. I read comments on my Instagram, under my Instagram
Mhm.
posts, because it's usually you know it's good to reply to, because people usually, that's where people write something really meaningful sometimes. And when I see like a huge text, I always read it myself and I reply to it. Sometimes I DM those people. It depends on what they say, but that's usually the only place I read comments, and I rarely watch my performances. I don't know why. I think um for some people, watching their performances is helpful because you can analyze it. You can be like, oh, what if I don't do this? What if I don't do this? I don't have that much self control when I'm on stage. So I think it's not productive for me to do that. I also, I don't like rehearsing stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because all these years that I've been, rehearsing and, singing at pubs or whatever, anytime I try to rehearse something, it just doesn't work for me because I'm always better on stage than the rehearsals. I always forget chords, lyrics. I never remember the lyrics when we're rehearsing. And Hal, my drummer, it's like, oh my god, Rosa, learn the lyrics. And then the next day, the show day, on point. So, because like I don't know, I have
Are
a
you
switch
feeding
or
off of
something.
the energy in the
Oh,
audience?
definitely,
Yeah. That's
definitely.
what makes you come alive.
Yeah, and I also hate those like mirrors in the rehearsal spots. I just, it's just so fake for
I'm sure it
me.
doesn't feel real. Yeah, I was just gonna
Yeah, I'm
say that
like,
doesn't feel like the real thing.
can we just learn everything musically and then just like go on stage and do our thing?
So for this tour, for opening for Ed and the handful of headline shows, what was your rehearsal process like? Was it very quick? Did you spend weeks at a time? Like, I'm sure you just wanted to get over with.
I'm pretty sure we should have spent weeks, but we prepared for Ed Sheeran in 3 days.
Holy. Wow.
And it, I am feeling proud about it also because it's a
It's
really hard
impressive.
thing to do. Um, but it's also very risky. It's living on the edge. But I mean, if I could, I'd dedicate a month of rehearsals. But I'm a new artist. I can't afford top level rehearsals and everything. It costs a lot of money. So I need to be reasonable with everything I do, and you
Yeah.
know,
And you're
um,
learning as you go.
yeah. But I'm very happy that I'm able to do that, and I'm very very lucky that the people that I work with are very professional. They're on spot, and everything worked out well. I had a couple of panic attacks before we started the tour. I was like, I'm not it's crying and sobbing, calling
Was
my
it
friends.
almost like imposter syndrome for you? I mean, given this is your first tour ever, was that where the panic was coming in?
No, I never I never get nervous before. I mean, I get nervous literally 10 seconds before I need to go on stage.
Yeah.
And not because I don't feel nervous, my heart just like starts,
Out of your chest,
pounding.
yeah.
And I just like take a couple of deep breaths. And I do realize my mind's like, you're not nervous. Just like, lower your heartbeat and you'll be fine. When I'm on stage, I do not feel nervous. I only feel like happy. So I'm not nervous about that, and I was very, very excited. The bigger the crowd, the better. It's just my space. I'm absolutely happy with a lot of people like clapping, whatever, screaming. Like that's my thing. That's why I'm a musician, actually. um, but the feeling that I I might not give the quality that I know I can give on this very first tour, that's when I started like, oh God, are we able to do this? Because
Because
I
of
don't,
what?
because of lack of time.
Mm.
Because I was also, we released the EP.
Yep.
And I was, in the studio, then going to the rehearsal. And, I went to studios a couple of times where nobody knew that I'm going to cut vocals because everyone's like, just focus on the tour. Do not, Rosa, promise us that you're not going to go to the studio. Promise us. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then 9 a.m. I'm calling Rick. Hey, I can come now. No one knows where I am. Let's cut this one more song.
So you felt the quality of the performance could be lower because of what you were juggling.
Yes, but
Yeah.
it was not. It's pretty good.
But if you could do it all over again, would you change it?
Yes.
The week leading up to tour.
Yeah, because I know we could have done that even in one day, but what's the cost of it? It's super draining. It's super stressful. And I mean, I'm so thankful that I can do this all again. Like I don't take it for granted. I'm so thankful for the people that work with me that they can do it too, but I mean, why not do it a little bit less stressful? But it's just a lot of things are out of my control, and I never, bail on any opportunity. If something needs to be done, I get up and do it. I don't like complaining. I don't like, oh no, like this is not my way. I'm not going to do it, or I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm not going to do it. Especially at this stage of my career, I have to do everything, and even if sometimes it's not fair or like whatever. Sometimes it's not my fault that something went wrong, but I'm the one to fix it, and then I get up and fix it because I have to do it because it's at the end of the day it's my career and it's my music, my performance, my name. So
it's you. We believe people become the best versions of themselves when their minds and body are in the right place at the right time. Do you ever feel like our health needs to be scheduled into our day? Our morning coffee, our supplements, our skincare? We're limited on the products that help us maintain a balanced lifestyle in a healthy, easy, and convenient way. Our friends at Neuro did exactly that by putting nutrients that enhance your health and wellness into something intrinsically convenient, affordable, and portable: gum and mints. Formulated with B vitamins and natural caffeine, Energy and Focus provides the mental endurance necessary to stay focused on your goals. If you're looking for a steady state of mind, Neuro's Calm and Clarity products use vitamin D3 to optimize composure in the moments we need it most. For those that know me, I've been hyping up Neuro for quite some time, and I'm thrilled to partner with them for another season of More or Less. So if you'd like Neuro by your side too, click on the link in the description and use code MORE OR LESS for 10% off your first order of Neuro Gum and Mints. Where do you find joy right now in the midst of everything when you're on stage?
On stage, in the studios, doing what I do daily, going to the restaurant after the show, feeling tired, laying on the sofa after the show, sweaty, gross, tired. I love it.
I was just gonna ask you because I feel like there's so many feelings before you get on stage, and then when you're
Mhm.
on stage, what is that immediate rush when you're off stage for you?
Right after the show, when I'm back to my green room, my dressing room, I feel absolutely empty and unable to move. Because when I'm on stage, I feel like I give my 300, 400%. And right after that, this like immediate switch to normal state, I feel like I've worked out for 5 hours nonstop. And also that extreme high of like, oh, people clapping and cheering and everything. They sometimes sing along. And then you're back to your dressing room and it's all gone.
And you're
It's,
alone.
yeah. Now, I'm not alone, I'm lonely, I would say. Yeah, it's just, but it's what it is. It's like an addiction to stage. I know I'm addicted to performing. I'm addicted to stage. I need to be there. That's my extreme level of joy I've ever experienced, you know?
Has that been an adjustment for you to go, I mean, obviously going from stadiums to then addressing versus
I
like playing in pubs?
I honestly, the feeling isn't different. I've had bad shows before when I had 8 people in the pub in my hometown with my band. When you see people loving your music, when there's 6 people and all 6 of them sing with you and they're your friends and they feel the music even more than you do, it gives me the same feeling. But the only difference between the bigger shows and the smaller shows is how loud the crowd is. And I'm dying. I was watching um Ed's performance in Toronto the second day, full stadium. They were singing perfect. Complete. I was like, I cannot
Um,
take this. This is I can't.
and did you
Like,
grow up listening to Ed?
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say I grew up listening to him, but I obviously was a huge fan of him. I'm still a huge admirer of him as a songwriter and an artist. I admire that he is what he is who he is. No one made him up. Um he's writing the music that he wants to write and he has a message and I mean, how many hits does he have? It's like impossible. One hit after another and the whole stadium knows the songs. It's I really really admire him. That's the level of an artist that I wanna be at some point.
I've heard that he will just be talking to you backstage, like having a beer, and 2 minutes be like, "Oh, I gotta go on stage now." Like, he is just so lax, like, he's gotten to
He's
that level of
very very
artistry to
nice.
just
Yeah.
go into that mode on an instant.
He was very nice and not a lot of artists are like that. I've opened for um a few artists and this was the first time when his team called my tour manager. They said, "Hey, Ed wants to come at 5:30 and my performance is at 6." And they were like, "Is it okay if he comes at 5:30?" I was like, "Yeah, of course."
Yeah.
Yeah, duh. Um, so he came into my dressing room. He said hi to everyone. So nice. He spoke with everyone, not just like, "Hey, like, thanks for opening." He was so super super nice, and I was really impressed. I really love when people off stage are being normal people
Like
that you can
human.
just hang out with when they're off stage. You know, it's just how artists should be.
Yeah.
And same with the songwriters, same with the producers. I personally, it doesn't matter for me how big your name is. If you're not giving me good vibes, if I'm not sensing good vibes from you, I don't care. you know
I'm the same way.
Professionally, yeah, great, but would I want to work with a person who's kind of not giving me good vibes? I'm not
No,
gonna
you
do
trust
that.
your gut.
Yeah.
It's like and I think a lot of creatives, it's all about intuition, and it's what you're
Oh yeah,
sensing.
and it usually doesn't even work. For some reason it just doesn't work. We don't get we don't end up having a good material if the energy isn't right.
Right. Have you found that sometimes in like co-writes?
When the energy's not right, oh yeah, a lot of times.
Does that make you feel like it wasn't worth your time or wasn't successful, or are you able to find like a learning
I think
curve in that?
everything we experience in life worth experiencing because everything is a learning process. Of course, if you think about, was it productive? Maybe not. But did I learn something? Yes. Do I want to learn it again? No. But you but you can't really I'm good with learning lessons. I'm fine with having one and I got it, Let's not repeat this again. But sometimes some things are just out of your control and you don't know whose energy is good for your energy, and so you're just gonna try
You
it.
don't know until you're in the room.
Yep.
Yeah. For those listening that may not be familiar, I'd love for you to talk a little bit about Eurovision, how you got started.
Yep.
Most of our listeners are American, so they may or may not be familiar, but I'd love for you to give us the rundown.
Well, Eurovision is the biggest song contest in Europe, I think in the world too, because I think the grand finale, about like 150 million people are watching it live, and then you sing in the arena and everything. So I got to represent Armenia, my country, on Eurovision in 2022 with Snap. I finished 20th, which is bad. Which was really, I was like, oh, this is not right. This is not how it should have gone. And then a month later, Snap just completely took off and went viral in any possible way. And here I am opening for Ed Sheeran.
Incredible. Amazing. And one of the things I wanted to ask you about just as we were leading up to this interview, not only did you move from like your city, you moved out of the country to Los Angeles. What was that experience like for you, or still like for you, to be in a completely different country, city, and of all places, LA?
It's very hard for me to adjust. I've learned that about myself. It takes me a lot of time to get used to the place and to feel somewhat home. It has a lot to do with not having friends around, not having family around. But I have to say, though, I've always felt like an alien wherever I was.
Even when you were
back home. There wasn't one place where I felt 100% comfortable. Even though, of course, if I call Armenia home, of course, it's my country. I love Armenia. It's my home, my hometown, my friends. That I know every single dust on the streets, and I miss it like crazy. But, LA too. LA somewhat is becoming, slowly but surely becoming, a place that I feel comfortable in because I love working in LA. As a town, as a city, it's not really my vibe. I used to say that I hate LA. Now I don't hate. I officially want to say that I do not hate LA anymore. I like LA. LA is great.
On the record.
It's wonderful. Yes, please post it. People still, I have this reel on my Instagram saying, I hate LA. And everyone's like, why are you saying that? Blah, blah. Well, that's how I felt before. And I'm an honest person. Now I don't hate it anymore. I like it. I miss LA. Actually, in fact, I miss LA. Because I found people that I really love hanging out with and working with. But again, I'm not 100%. LA's never going to be my home.
Did you feel like eventually you had to move out there? Like, did you see it coming?
Always.
Yeah. But you still had a disdain for it.
I mean, the whole music business is in LA. It was so crazy, me moving to LA. The decision was made so quickly. After Eurovision, I spent a month back home, and then I signed with Columbia, and I literally had to fly to Europe, do some promo, and then from Europe we went to LA in a week after I signed to Columbia. And I told my parents, I was like, well, I guess goodbye. Like, you know, it was so quick for me, and neither I nor them understood what happened. Um, so I didn't really have time to process anything that happened to me this past 2 years. I feel like I'm like floating somewhere in the sky, just like doing everything every day. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Great happiness, performance, crowd. I got an EP out. I'm opening for this. I'm on the road. I'm traveling the whole world doing promos. But do I process it? I don't think so.
Were your parents supportive of you moving to LA?
Always.
Yeah.
They didn't. We didn't even have to have a conversation about it. I told them that I'm going, and they were like, "Go do your thing."
That's amazing. Not everybody has the support of that to
Oh
go
no,
and do
I'm
that.
absolutely lucky. Well, because you know, parents, all they really want is for you to be happy and for them to feel um good about to feel confident that they did not make any mistake that can harm you in future.
That can get away
That's
that happiness.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just what they want. That's the only thing they want from their kids. Um and you know, once I proved that music is it's okay for me to do music. I'm not gonna be on the streets and I'm not gonna starve. You never know, by the way. But um, they just when they understood that this whole thing is official and I have a contract and people are interested from overseas, they're like, oh, I guess our kid is talented, you know. Um, I guess she's good enough. Okay, go do your thing, you know. They always admired me, you know, playing the piano and everything. So yeah, I'm really lucky that my parents were very understanding in that sense.
Have they been able to see you open for Ed yet?
Nope.
Are they going
They're
to?
still in Armenia. I I really miss them, but I want them to come to a concert in Europe first
Mm.
because I'm running around like crazy and I'm gonna feel responsible for their you know time here. I just can't
And you
give
won't get
them
that
any
quality
time.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like just wait, just hang on, we're fine. You know, if I'm doing a tour in Europe, definitely all of them will come. Because it's also just a 15-hour flight to get there, and then you're jet lagged, and it's terrible. And then what? I need to go here and here and here. What are they gonna do?
Yeah.
You
The
know?
time will come, and I'm sure it'll be worth the wait
Yeah.
for them. Totally. So I want to go back a little bit to balance.
Mm-hmm.
So a day like today, how do you find balance? You have the show tomorrow. What are you doing to kind of find that within your day?
I'm gonna go shopping after this.
Retail therapy?
Yes. And then I'm gonna have very, very yummy food somewhere.
Nice.
I have a dinner reservation at a very, very cool and meaningful place. Um, Overall, what I'm trying to say is I try not to overthink much, and I try to think about things when I have to think about them. Cause I used to be not sleeping at nights, and oh my god, I have the tour coming up. I didn't even think about the tour before the rehearsal started.
Because you weren't
I
thinking
didn't
ahead.
realize. I
Yeah.
didn't get it, you know? And when you do, when you're not in the moment, when you're not in the situation, you just like make up stuff that are not being helpful, and you just like have all these scenarios. This is gonna go wrong, and what if this happened? What if this happens? But it's not gonna happen. You don't know
It's
if
all
it's gonna happen.
hypothetical.
Yeah. So don't think about it because it's also like it's just draining your brain and your mind. So tomorrow I'm gonna I'm gonna get ready, go to the sound check and do my thing. If it goes well, great. If it doesn't go well, it's okay. I have a lot of more shows. I don't beat up myself much anymore. I used to beat up myself a lot.
Just a lot of
Doesn't worth
pressure.
it. Yeah. doesn't worth it at all.
So you find yourself trying to like stop that cycle of spiraling?
Yeah. Although it's very hard.
Oh, totally.
I'm very anxious and a very big overthinker. I just I think I'm just physically unable to do it now. It's just kind of
Yeah.
like, you know what? Shopping.
Well, you have to just leave it up to fate. And like
Yeah.
you said, you have more shows.
What Ed told me, and I will remember that, he said, don't be nervous because you have nothing to prove. You're already here. So you don't have to prove anything to anyone that you're good enough. You are good enough because you're here. So I know what I am, who I am, and what I can do. I know my skills. I know that I'm good at what I'm doing. I know that I want to be way better at what I'm doing. And I know I'm going to get there. And even if I make a mistake, even if my voice cracks in the middle of the most important song, even if I don't remember the lyrics, it has nothing to do with my artistry, my, if I can say, quality of my artistry. It has nothing to do with that. We're all human. We all make mistakes. And if I'm gonna let that drag me down, it's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm still
That
good.
can't be it. That's really freaking good advice. I was gonna ask you, as the final question, is what is a lyric or quote or saying that has gotten you through?
Oh, gotten me through. Life won't wait for you, my friend, by Ozzy Osbourne.
Nice. And you did a music video where he did a music video.
Yes, that was crazy.
Kindred Spirits with Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh my god, that was a crazy moment. See, I can't explain that. How do you explain that?
Yeah, it's one of the is unprocessable a word?
No one knew that we're there. No one planned it. No one knew that I saw that music video when I was 15. No one knew that that's that was the music video that inspired me and motivated me to, like, gave me hope. I saw that window, I'm like, oh my god, give me a phone right now. And I saw it. How do you explain it? I don't know. There are a lot of things happened to me like that in 2 years, and I just cannot explain that.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of moments in life, I think they call it like God winks, where like you're in the right place at the right time or you're connected to somebody that you didn't even realize that there was
Yeah.
an energy between you. Like I really believe in that you just find yourself in places, people that it was just meant to be, it clicked.
I totally believe. I mean, after me moving to LA, not knowing anyone, and for some reason clicking with people that you've never met before. Because I think it's also like a self-protection mode of mine, because I need to kind of, like, my mind and my intuition or whatever, they try to tell me who's good for me, who's not good for me, who's gonna try to fool me or whatever. So, like, my intuition got to a level of, like, oh my god. So I have a really good sense of people's energy. I've always had that, but here in the States, it's just like more. And I've had so many times I've walked into the room, there might be like 25 people in the room, and there's one person that I've never met in my life. I think this is my person. I know this person. It's
on
like
a level you can't explain.
Yeah, on a level I cannot explain,
Yeah.
and I immediately love that person. Not in a romantic way, but even not. It's not
In like a spiritual way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a connection. I feel a connection, and we end up being friends, or we end up writing great songs together, or it's just like, and I've had that so many times.
Yeah.
It's just like out of nowhere, like, oh my god. It's such an extreme wave of feeling. It's like you see yourself, like, from a side in someone else.
I almost look at it as like it's like a gravitational pull, or I think there's like a Japanese practice, like they believe that we're all connected by like invisible red strings. Like there are people in life that you are
I
connected
love
to.
that.
Yeah, and I do think that there's truth to that. I don't know if I believe in soulmates, but I do believe in emotional spiritual connection with people, and I totally hear that.
See, I don't know if I believe in that. I can't say that I'm very spiritual or I'm very religious. I'm not. But there are things that I cannot explain, but I know they exist. And it just freaks me out, but I'm also happy that
But what a
I
cool
feel that.
feeling. Like
Oh
what a
yeah.
cool feeling to be able to walk into a room and feel connected to
Oh
someone, to a
god.
stranger.
Yeah.
So
It's
wild.
it's amazing.
Rosa Linn, I feel like we have so much more to talk. I feel like I didn't ask you about Snap. Like there's so many things like we didn't even dive into, but I so appreciate you being here.
Thank you
The
so
EP
much.
is incredible. For anyone
Thank
listening,
you.
please go check it out. It's
Oh god, yes,
amazing.
please do.
See
Please
Rosa
check
Linn
it
on
out.
the road.
EP.
But thank you for being here, and that's a wrap, more or less.
Thank you so much.
And that is also a wrap on season 4 of More or Less. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please support us by leaving a review on Apple Podcasts and support us on social media. We are on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, all at More or Less with Jess. Thank you so much. We'll catch you next time and take care. Here at More or Less, we talk a lot about affirmations and the power of positivity. So we're excited to talk to you about our sponsor, Notes to Self Socks. At Notes to Self, they know that words can make all the difference, so they put affirmations where your brain can see them each and every day, right on your toes. Notes to Self's comfy, marathon-tested socks are made right here in the USA in a variety of colors and sizes for you and all your friends. So if you want to walk a mile in our uplifting footsteps, go to notes2self.com today to order your very own daily dose of positivity.